Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Friday Night Smackdown. We are just 2 days away from the biggest fight of the summer, SummerSlam. We come to you live from Fresno, California, across the country from where we're supposed to be tomorrow for TakeOver and of course for SummerSlam, but that doesn't really matter because tonight is the final show before the big weekend of action that we cannot wait to see. And tonight, to kick things off on SmackDown, Bobby Fish has stated that he wants to find a challenger, wants to find someone who can take him on one-on-one and give him a hard-pressed challenge before TakeOver. SummerSlam, whatever that means. Paul Heyman has said that he has found someone just who can fit that role perfectly, and we'll see what he means by that when we kick things off here tonight. And of course, for our main event, we will be witnessing none other than what can only be described as a huge main event between these two men. A monumental main event on its way between CM Punk and Kyle O'Reilly. You do not want to miss that main event. It is going to be a huge one. And we'll see if O'Reilly, with his final fight before SummerSlam, with the fight that he wanted before SummerSlam, will it pay off? Or will CM Punk potentially cause a problem for Kyle O'Reilly, cause some doubts in his mind ahead of the biggest fight of the summer? We'll find out. We're going to kick things off with the WWE Champion, Bobby Fish, in action. Here we go. As we get things underway, the WWE Champion will come out first. Bobby Fish with that new championship that we saw, believed to be not long after Money in the Bank came around. In fact, it may have even been, no, definitely not the first SmackDown after, but maybe the second one. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, here comes Bobby Fish. Last week, he admitted that Kyle O'Reilly had gone under his skin. He had cracked him, and he needed that match. He needed to face him at SummerSlam, and the SmackDown committee later that night confirmed that was to be the case. Confirmed that himself and Kyle O'Reilly would meet in the main event of SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. But here tonight, it's all about Bobby Fish's opponent right now. What did he mean? What did Paul Heyman mean when he said he had found a threat, found a challenge for Bobby Fish? Yeah, that's exactly what he meant. That's what he meant. He meant it in the most sarcastic term possible. Here comes Kalisto. No offense to Kalisto, but the last time we saw him, he was in a tag team which was just two men thrown together, and he was achieving no success in that match whatsoever. Well, that's pretty sad to see, and it's pretty desperate almost for Paul Heyman to be resorting to these tactics 2 nights before SummerSlam just to try and fill Bobby Fish with some smug self-confidence that he should not be holding. But it seems as if that is exactly what is going to transpire here. That is exactly what we're going to have to witness. Kalisto, well, he's outclassed. He's outmatched. He's going to be outperformed in every single way, but this is just what Heyman wants. This is just what Fish wants. They don't want to exert any energy here tonight. They want Kyle O'Reilly, though, to be as distraught as possible, basically, as worn out as he possibly can be, as tired, as fatigued in that match with CM Punk. He wants that to be the case. And it looks as if they're going to try and use Kalisto here just to their own self-gain, just so they can achieve a quick victory. Bobby Fish has been all over Kalisto since the opening bell, and it's not really much of a surprise. Here's a man we don't see on SmackDown that often. Here's a man who has been WWE Champion for over 365 days. Coming up to day 400, should he be able to surpass SummerSlam, and once more, almost impersonating Kalisto here with this reverse Hurricanrana that he's hitting onto him. Just to add further insult to injury, just to make the blow feel even worse. And now Bobby Fish will look to end this one. Look to hit the same move here that he wants to hit this Sunday to retain his title. Up on the shoulders, fish hook. And that should seal the deal. Cover on Kalisto. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Fish walks all over Kalisto. And can you really be that surprised? Pretending like it was a hard-hitting match, a tough contest for him. But, there we go. It's a win, yeah, and it's a win that they're going to be smug about. It's a win that they're going to pretend like they fought so hard for. But is this just all too much? Are they too confident? Is Bobby Fish too confident ahead of this Sunday, considering what we saw from him last week when he was begging for that opportunity against Kyle O'Reilly, when he was pleading for the chance to take him on? I think this is all just a bit of fun and games trying to be played by Fish, but if he isn't able to walk out of SummerSlam with a WWE Championship, it's going to come back and it's going to bite him wholeheartedly. Let's move on to our next contest anyway. It's going to be a tag match. It's going to be the Ascension against the Young Bucks. Well, what a surprise. I mean, we've kind of seen Fish and Heyman do tactics like that in the past, and, well, they just showed it here tonight. Two days away from Bobby Fish main eventing his first Big 4 pay-per-view, and that's how he treats it. So be it, I guess. So be it. If that's how he wants to do it, then let that be the case, but not exactly a something that I can get behind and something that I can respect, really. But anyway, we move on here. The Ascension against the Young Bucks. The Ascension who arrived to Smackdown and have sort of lacked that buzz, lacked that fire, I guess, that they had when they came over from ECW. It was a big loss for the ECW Tag Team division, and I can only imagine what they would be like were they still on that brand, but it has just not been the best time in the world for the Ascension since coming to SmackDown. They've had opportunities to become the Tag Team Champions, and they have not been able to succeed in those opportunities. But here tonight, they will go 1-on-1 against, well, sorry, 2-on-2, I guess, against the number one contenders for the Tag Team titles, the Young Bucks, who certainly left their impact on the Revival, and they are accompanied by none other than the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship, and we will be seeing that man in action later on tonight. But here's Kenny Omega leading the way for the Young Bucks, the Elite as they call themselves, getting ready for this one. Omega will be a ringside cheer, and the Young Bucks will be looking to show why they are the number one contenders for those tag team titles and why they believe it is their time at SummerSlam to walk out with those tag team titles. We'll see about that one, of course, but as for right now, it is all just speculation. I mean, the Young Bucks certainly took it to the Revival last week. It was Nick Jackson, I believe, who picked up the win over Dash Wilder. Oh, that pinfall 1-2-3, but as if that wasn't enough, Scott Dawson got evicted from ringside. Dash Wilder bled in that match, and on top of all of that, we had to witness the beatdowns with those steel chairs to finish off the show. Not finish off the show, but to finish off that part of the show. We'll see what's going to transpire here tonight. We'll see what will happen at SummerSlam as well. The Revival taking the week off. They're going to rest. They're going to get ready, and they're going to prove that why the SmackDown, they are the tag team champions of SmackDown, and why to be SmackDown tag team champions you need to rely on no flips, just fists. It is going to be a total mismatch in a way, I guess, or a total opposites colliding for those tag team titles, and we'll see what will happen when that rolls around. And it's kind of the same here tonight a little bit. We got the powerhouse that is Connor getting things underway against Matt Jackson, and we'll see what's going to happen right now. We'll see if Omega will be a factor in this matchup. Will he have something to do with the final outcome? I guess we'll just have to find out in a moment. But here we go. Look at these strikes right now, unloading away there by Connor, but it was only temporary. There's the counter by Matt Jackson. Falcon Arrow. Will he make the tag into his brother Nick now? No. Here comes the first flight of the Young Bucks. Matt Jackson on the apron, looking to fly here. Off the apron, drop kick. Oh, he overshot it. Looks like he overshot that one. Or mistimed it or something along those lines. And now, in the corner, we go for Matt Jackson. Tag made, and Victor's a legal man here. Last time these two teams went up against one another, I think it was when the Ascension walked all over them in their SmackDown debut. But since then, the Young Bucks have been able to get themselves on the map. They've been able to make a name for themselves as well. And of course at SummerSlam, the Elite have a great opportunity to make a name for themselves on SmackDown by capturing 2 titles. Technically 3, because 2 tag team titles. But we'll see what will happen. In the corner right now anyway, we got Matt Jackson and Victor. Matt Jackson, Hurricanrana there, after grabbing onto the arm of Victor. Tag made now. In comes Nick Jackson. Victor going to take the fight to him right away there. Look at those kicks and strikes. No holding back there from Victor, the 2-time ECW Tag Team Champions, the Ascension. Trying to prove why they deserved to be named as one of the best tag teams of 2016. And why they can still be considered a threat for those tag team titles. Right now, to be fair, Victor's really giving it his all in this one. Irish whip reverse though, and he sent it to his own corner. Connor doesn't choose to tag himself in, and I thought we were going to be seeing a trio of woe there, I guess not. Connor back up on the apron. Connor up down, there's a split-legged moonsault from Nick Jackson. Oh, what are you doing, Nick? Oh my god, thrown by his hair there. Connor showing absolutely no care whatsoever for Nick Jackson. Just just tugging on his hair there and throwing him right to the outside. Ascension now gonna gain the advantage in this one. Gutbuster kicking the back to follow suit as well. Once more these strikes unloading away by Victor. Painful shots as well. But it's only temporary. It's only going to last so long as Nick Jackson's able to get himself out of that one. Elbows into the gut. He fights on here. Oh! He caught him with that spear. Victor tried to give him the leaping knee and it just didn't work. But Nick Jackson now in place. Super kick. He missed it. Looked like he went to super kick him in the back of the head as well and he missed it. Now Victor going to take control of this one. No, he's not. Nick Jackson pulls out the counter. In the corner we go. Here we go. He's got him by the arm. We're going to see it again here. Walks the ropes and hits the Hurricanrana. And almost identical to as we saw before, the tag is made and Matt Jackson now the legal man in this one. Elbow in the face. Oh! And a big punch in the face as well for good measure. Victor, though, sends Matt Jackson to the corner. And oh dear, have they been a little bit too smug? Are they thinking too much about last week? Have they let the Ascension slip them by, maybe? Fall of man! The Ascension could close out in a huge victory here. There goes Nick Jackson. Cover on Matt Jackson now. Took a little while, but he finally hooks the leg, and with 1, 2... No, Matt Jackson kicks out, and this one stays alive. Ooh, that was worrying times there. But they hang on. Somehow, Matt Jackson kicks out. And this one will continue on here. Nick Jackson finally getting back up on the apron as well. The corner is showing no mercy right now to Matt Jackson, to the Young Bucks as a whole. And the Young Bucks can't let this match go on too long. I mean, they're the ones who are wrestling here tonight. The Revival, obviously, they aren't. So they'll be at a fitter state heading into SummerSlam. But super kick! And that one could well end it all. Victor causing a distraction, though, for Matt Jackson's cover. Into the pin we go. Matt Jackson in to break it up. But he's also in to cause a little bit of problems. Why does this happen every single time? I don't get it. And it just... I mean, I really don't get it. You nail the super kick. And if your pin gets broken up, just pin them again. It ain't that difficult. It's not like it's rocket science to hook the leg twice. Tag made anyway. What are we going to see here? Super kick by Nick Jackson. And into the pedigree by Matt Jackson. Old D-Generation X combo there. And oh, here we go. Matt Jackson to the top rope here. What can we see? Matt gonna fly. Moonsault. Nails it. Hooks the leg now. Could he put him away with this one? There's 2. And oh, he got him. He got him with 3. The Young Bucks secure the victory. Just what they needed to walk into SummerSlam, I should say. To prove they are #1 contenders. The Ascension, they're caught with one slip up, and I don't know what Victor was doing there. He could have broke that one up a little bit earlier than he did, but chose not to. And that seemed to be a mistake of his, one that could have cost the, well, one that it certainly seemed to cost the Ascension that matchup. But the Young Bucks, your winners. What will I be saying next week? The Young Bucks, your tag team champions. We'll find out. We'll see at a later date. But as for right now, we were about to move on to a women's match, but apparently we're not. We're going to quickly go to the back. Apparently there's something big going down there. Oh my god, we go to the back now. Winter was supposed to be taking on Becky Lynch right now, but Nia Jax has jumped her before the matchup can even start. In what I assume to be one of the Smackdown committee members' offices. Nia Jax, who of course is also in that triple threat for the Women's Championship, has just set her sights on taking apart the Women's Champion just 2 days before SummerSlam. This is the Nia Jax that we've seen in the past. This is the Nia Jax that we've been used to, taking it to the extreme to get a benefit, trying to take out the toughest opponent possible, or trying to take out anyone, and she's done exactly that here with the Women's Champion herself. What better way than to make sure that Winter won't walk out Women's Champion than to try and take her out of the match, period. Into that table she goes. Winter in a boatload of trouble right now, and no one's going to come to the aid of Winter. You see the Smackdown committee member just watching on right now. Winter in huge trouble, dumped on what can only be described as carpet, basically. And now Nia, though, not pleased, not finished yet with what she wants to do. She's still got a step more to take with the Women's Champion. We've seen this before from Nia as well. Powerbomb out of that table. Winter falls over. Winter collapses. Winter is down and out. Will she be able to make it a SummerSlam at this point? I mean, credit where credit's due to Nia Jax. She knows what she's doing. She knew exactly what she wanted to go out there and do. And boy, oh boy, did she pull that one off. That is really putting a spanner in the works. I believe the best term to be said right there is, now it's the question of, can Winter walk out of SummerSlam? Would she even walk into SummerSlam? Because the way she was laid out there, I'm not too sure if she can even make it into the event. But we'll have to see. Hopefully she'll be okay. I mean, I don't think we're going to find out tonight, but hopefully she'll walk into SummerSlam at 100% and be able to take the fight to Nia Jax and Becky Lynch. But if not, then we may be crowning a new SmackDown Women's Champion. But we're going to move on from that. We're going to move on to this matchup. Kevin Owens versus Shinsuke Nakamura. My oh my, what a match this one is. This one is going to be a big one. Kevin Owens, who last week forced Kota Ibushi to suffer for his failures, and has said since then that Future Shock is back. Future Shock is working together. They're all the unit that they once were, and success will be on its way. But as for right now, it is not about Future Shock. It is just about Kevin Owens and his one-on-one match with this man, the Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura, of course, this Sunday will do battle with the King of the Ring, the cleaner Kenny Omega, in a rematch from just after Money in the Bank, as was confirmed last week by none other than the Smackdown committee member Shane McMahon. But what makes this one so interesting, what will make this one way more interesting, is the fact that there's a little bit of personal animosity between both men now. Omega has been seen with the Young Bucks staring down Nakamura. Nakamura last week got involved in the match between Omega and O'Reilly. He watched on from afar, and I think that may have had something to do with why Omega may well have slipped up against O'Reilly. But then again, Kyle O'Reilly is in perhaps one of the best mindsets he can be in right now, as he looks to achieve title success, as he looks to break the streak, as he looks to become WWE Champion this Sunday. Nakamura, of course, will be looking to continue his streak and his reign as Intercontinental Champion against a man he's already beaten. Nakamura, of course, undefeated on the SmackDown roster. Has lost once on a SmackDown pay-per-view, however, but as for the show itself, undefeated, not a blemish on his record. And since losing that Intercontinental Championship Nakamura's been doing an incredible job as champion. He's put on some incredible matches, and I think the same will be said for right now. Bell rings, and we are underway for Kevin Owens and Shinsuke Nakamura. Here we go. It's Owens with the side headlock takedown to get us underway. Both these men with tremendous respect for one another, tremendous respect for Smackdown as well. Kevin Owens has made his namesake here. 4-time WWE champion. Former Intercontinental champion as well, so he knows what it's like to hold the belt that Nakamura has. Look at this bit by both men. It's a great start here, and it ends at a stalemate. Owens flips his way out. And now Owens just resorting to overpowering Nakamura to gain the advantage here. Gonna back them out of the corner, and fair play to both men there. Clean break, and you can see some applause from the crowd. And now all that is out the window. Kevin Owens just confirmed that one there. Wrenching on the neck, and then the knee in the back to follow suit. Here we go. Nakamura and Owens firmly underway. Let's see what we'll get right now. Nakamura going to look for the landslide very early on here, and he nails it on Owens. Perhaps looking to try and put this match away as early as possible. As I just was stating about the Young Bucks, you know, they have a match tonight. The Revival don't. Nakamura has a match tonight. Kenny Omega doesn't. Makes it a little bit more difficult for Nakamura when he's got less time to try and get to 100% when he's got to go in a match, especially against someone of the prestige and honor almost that Kevin Owens has to him. What a sent-on splash that was there onto Shinsuke Nakamura. If Owens got a win here tonight, well, he could be on his way to challenger for Intercontinental Championship number 2 maybe. But that's not to be the case. Should he lose, of course. We'll see what's going to happen coming out of SummerSlam. Of course, if Nakamura loses at SummerSlam, then he may be entitled to a rematch. Oh, before Kevin Owens gets his shot. What a kick there in the side of the head by Nakamura. Another king of strong style. Trying to unload away here on Kevin Owens. Plants him there with a lovely power slam. Or scoop slam. No, I think that's power slam. I can never remember. On the apron now. Nakamura pulls out a stiff forearm there, as we know Nakamura's to be, and he goes up high. Jumping side kick. Down goes Owens, and Nakamura jumps into the quick cover. Trying to put Owens away here, but he can't even put in a 2 count. We knew this match was going to be a good one. We knew it was going to be physical. And we're getting that right now from both men. Chop in the chest now, and here we go. Never mind, here we go to the outside, I guess. Kevin Owens going to take advantage here, going to try and capitalize, and oh, that's not happening. Into the side of the announce table there as well. That is going to hurt you far more than what you expect. And now they're just getting a little bit of a brawl going on the outside. Into the announce table we go, and it's Nakamura in total control of that moment as we head back into the ring here. But it's only temporary. There's a counter and a clothesline. Kevin Owens, even though he has respect for Nakamura, he needs a win here. He wants that win. He's trying to do whatever he can to get the W. And Owens staying on the offense here, knowing exactly what he needs to do. He has danced this, well, he has been involved in this dance a great many times, and was a veteran in this universe. He has taken on some of the biggest and best this universe has ever had to offer, and he's doing right, and he's doing it again right now with Shinsuke Nakamura, who looks to capitalize here. Exploder suplex, and oh my, Owens may be in trouble. Wow, I'm mixing my words here. Nakamura kicking the gut, Kinshasa. And into the cover on Owens with 1, 2. No, Owens kicks out. What a kick out that one was. Needed to do that right there. Needed to keep the match alive for himself. And Owens able to do it at the last moment there. And look at this. He just took a Kinshasa. He just took one of the hardest hitting moves that there is. And he's bouncing back from it. Owens breaker. But Kevin Owens is feeling the effects. Nakamura, however, just doesn't seem to be. Kicking the side there. And Nakamura now unloading away with strikes. indefinitely unloading away with strikes there. That quick strike combo. Absolutely flooring Kevin Owens. But only temporary. Owens fighting back here. Sends him down to the mat. Has Nakamura down here, giving up his back. But it's only temporary. There's a hard-hitting boot. Owens, though, into the roll-up now. Oh my god, if he could put away Nakamura here, that would be huge. No, it's not. It's only a 1 count. Still a great lot of fight left in Shinsuke Nakamura as well. Kevin Owens, though, may look to put a rest to that one. Owens, pop-up power. Oh my god. I don't think I've seen the pop-up powerbomb counted like that. Nakamura pulled out one of the greatest reversals I've ever seen to the pop-up powerbomb. He nailed him with the Exploder suplex, and now once more, Kinshasa. 1, 2, 3. Nakamura does it. Nakamura beats 1 KO tonight. Can he do it again 2 days from now at SummerSlam? What a match that was there. Owens really gave it his all, and speaking of the other KO, here he is. Omega's here. Omega's here to lay it down on Nakamura, to make sure the Intercontinental Champion is nowhere near 100%. Before SummerSlam, up on his shoulders now. Electric chair into the German suplex. And all that Omega needs to soften Nakamura, all he needs to weaken him, he is capitalizing on. But look at Nakamura. He won't stay down, and he's taking the fight now to Omega. Decks him with the forearm there. And the Cleaner in a bit of trouble right now. Can he fight back here? Who would have thought we would have been seeing this in this moment? No, it's counted. Omega sends him back down to the mat. Nakamura tried to fight for a moment there, but he was stopped in his tracks. Kenny Omega now got him for the cross-legged brainbuster, and he nails it down on Nakamura. Omega stands above Nakamura. Will this be the fate? Will this be the outcome at SummerSlam? Will Kenny Omega stand above him as the new Intercontinental Champion? That is something we wait to find out. That is something we wait to see if that will be the case. But it certainly seems as if all the personal animosity between these two men is going to come to a head at SummerSlam, and it is going to be a big one when it does happen. But with that being said, we are on our way for a big main event right about now. Kyle O'Reilly wanted one last huge fight before SummerSlam. He wanted the biggest fight he could get before the biggest fight of the summer, and he has secured that. Your main event, CM Punk and Kyle O'Reilly. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. It is this is a main event that I have wanted to see for some time, and we are going to get it right now. CM Punk, for maybe the first time we've seen him since the Great American Bash, I think, since he lost to Kenny Omega in what was one of the best matches of the night at that event. But Punk here tonight is not here for Kenny Omega, not here to think about the Great American Bash, here to give a fight to a man he respects, and to a man Punk has said he wants to walk out of SummerSlam as the WWE Champion. He has great respect for Kyle O'Reilly. He thinks him to be one of the best wrestlers, not only on Smackdown, but in this universe as a whole. And Punk said the reason why he wants him to get the win is because he thinks that Kyle O'Reilly is a champion that SmackDown can be proud of. And also, CM Punk wouldn't mind having a match with him down the line with that WWE Championship up for grabs. Well, we'll see if 2 days from now that'll be the case. But Kyle O'Reilly comes to the ring as determined as ever, as ready to fight as ever, in what could be his final SmackDown match before he wins the WWE Championship. Kyle O'Reilly looks ready and able to go toe-to-toe with CM Punk here tonight. But the big question is, if O'Reilly wants a fight, is he going to do too much damage to himself? Is he going to put himself in a position where he will not be 100% heading into SummerSlam. He is main eventing a huge, huge pay-per-view. Yeah, well done me there. He is main eventing a huge, huge show. And he cannot afford an injury. He cannot afford something this close to that event. But we'll see. We'll see if O'Reilly's decision makes sense. We are underway here for our main event, and just as we saw before, chain wrestling to get us underway. O'Reilly backs him up into the corner, and we're going to get a clean break here to get things off. Hopefully we'll get a good round of chain wrestling right now. Wrenching on the arm is Punk at the start, but it's very quickly counted out of by O'Reilly. You know, when we get underway at SummerSlam, we won't be seeing any of this by Fish and O'Reilly. No collar and elbow wrestling, no kind of catch-can style. It's just going to be punches, kicks, hard-hitting maneuvers, pain, brawling all over the place, I can imagine. And with a rivalry that has gone on now for nearly 2 years, it is fitting almost that they are described as the biggest fight of the summer, because it has been one of the biggest fights in this universe ever since Bobby Fish turned his back on him all that time ago. Of No Way Out. What, 24 months ago at this point? Not 24 months ago, 22 months ago. For some reason I thought there was 13 months in a year then. Don't know why. Here goes Punk anyway. Oh, there's a slam. Down goes Kyle O'Reilly, and Punk getting a little bit cocky there. Wiping his hands together before he goes for the cover, and, well, he only got a 1 count because of it. Punk knows exactly what he's doing though. Once again, another legend of this universe. 3-time WWE champion. Former leader of the Shield as well. Sorry, 3-time world champion. Leader of the Shield. Former WWE champion as well. Runner-up of this year's Royal Rumble as well, where he made his return. CM Punk has done a whole lot within this universe, and he returned to continue on that legacy. And let's see if it was worth it. I mean, so far you could argue it hasn't been. We haven't seen too much of CM Punk around since he made his return to Smackdown. We haven't seen too much of Punk challenging for any titles. As a matter of fact, I don't think Punk has challenged for a title yet since making his return, so that may have something to do with it. But Punk right now proving that he's still got what it takes to hang with the very best. O'Reilly pulls out the reversal though. Nice forearm shot in the face there. But Punk counters the next one. Oh, what a kick in the head there. O'Reilly is going to be feeling a great deal of those if a fish hook or two should connect on the night. Almost like a page turner there as well by Kyle O'Reilly. He's going to take flight here. Not all the time we see O'Reilly do this. He does like to keep things on the mat. But he's going to be ambitious against Punk here. Got to do whatever it takes to win here tonight, and of course to win at Sunday, where he's taking on a man who knows his moveset inside and out. O'Reilly going to take a little break here, going to catch his breath for a second. Only temporary, and he's sent right back down to the mat, courtesy of CM Punk and his hefty kicks. Here goes Punk once more. Locks that arm behind him and nails him with a devastating clothesline. O'Reilly could well be in trouble here. Punk is certainly trying to give him a tough fight, but O'Reilly pulls off the counter. Punk moves out of the way and drops him down with a simple but effective clothesline. Let's see what else we can expect here from CM Punk. Gonna take things up to the top rope here. Oh, what a high kick that one was. And speaking of high, here comes high risk from the top rope. Hurricanrana by Punk. And O'Reilly goes down, and Punk's going to go right back up to the top rope here. No break for Punk in the middle of this all. Went for the leg drop there, and okay, we'll believe that he missed it. Sure. O'Reilly now going to go for a stump puller here. Punk has been doing a lot of offense with those legs, and he's going to try and take that away from him. Going to try and make sure that Punk has to rely upon his use of his strikes, but O'Reilly would have to do much more than that to guarantee that that's going to be the case. Good punch in the... Well, good punch there by O'Reilly, and an uppercut follows suit. What are we going to see here from Kyle O'Reilly? Goes over into the armbar. That's what we're going to see. And he's going for the legs as well. an armbar and a leg lock at the same time. Punk had to do his very best to get out of that one, and he did so. You can almost feel though he's reeling in pain from it. And O'Reilly once more with the legs now. Slams down on it, but is it a good idea to consistently go after the legs, considering his finishers are a brainbuster and a cross arm breaker? Maybe not. Certainly does help take away some of Punk's offense, so it might make the GTS, should Punk be able to connect with it, a little less damaging. A slap in the face there by Punk. Oh, but he's teetering on the outside right now. Oh, well, he's not going to be teetering anymore out there. Belly to belly, right back into the ring. And O'Reilly unloads away now with that signature combination of strikes that he's become well known for. The strikes, the kicks, the spinning kick in the chest. Punk is down. But is he out? Well, maybe not. He's still got enough fight left in him here to carry on. Look at how Punk is able to just fight on right there with that huge slam that he was able to nail. Now he's going to go to the top rope. Will this be successful for CM Punk? Off the top with the elbow onto O'Reilly, and he goes into the cover here. Does this secure the win? Oh, it very nearly did. O'Reilly just about kicked out there. And Punk continues on the offense. No, he doesn't. O'Reilly pulls out the reversal. Kick in the leg. What is O'Reilly going to do here? He's going after the leg once more of Punk. I think he's aware now that Punk could be close to locking in that GTS, and he's got to do whatever he can possibly manage to make sure that it isn't hit. Suplex there by O'Reilly, but how is he going to finish this match off? What is going to be his final blow to secure a win, to secure the victory? Normal suplex there, and he can only get a 1 count off of it. Kyle O'Reilly's been more than able to hang with CM Punk right now, and he's certainly been giving the self-proclaimed best in the world a run for his money. Punk, though, in the same right, has been doing exactly that to Kyle O'Reilly as well. O'Reilly's having to exert a lot of energy here, and he may not have enough time to recover all of it. Oh, what a kick in the head there. Reversal low, and Punk is sent to the turnbuckle, running drop kick. Punk in a dangerous situation as he eats another one there. But Kyle O'Reilly still not looked to try and put this match away yet. What does that say about O'Reilly? I mean, now he's just doing standing backflips for some reason. Not too sure what O'Reilly's game plan is, but there. Reverse DDT, down goes Punk, but I'm still very confused about what the whole point of that standing backflip was. You just wasted energy that you kind of need to hang on in this one. But Punk, meanwhile, on the ground is unable to counter nearly everything that O'Reilly's doing right now. When it comes to being on the ground, Punk is very much in a weaker state, it seems, and O'Reilly's fully capitalizing on that. But the endurance of CM Punk being shown at its utmost there. Punk moves out of the way. Smart thinking there by Punk, but couldn't capitalize. Hurricanrana dumped on his face for his troubles. And Punk now going to try and roll up O'Reilly, trying to secure a victory, but not going to happen there. O'Reilly far into the ropes, it seems. Punk spun him round, but almost had no energy to be able to capitalize. Now another roll up, but I think the referee was a bit too strict on calling that rope break. I didn't see him in the ropes, but referee got the final decision on this all, so I suppose we have to live with it. Punk pushes away O'Reilly there, though. Longer this match goes on, the worse it gets for Kyle O'Reilly. The more he can't endure moves like... Oh, never mind, he pulls... I was about to say, no more he can't endure moves like that, but Kyle O'Reilly counters it. Straight into the cover once more. Desperate now. Desperation almost sinking it up. Punk away, and oh, he did it! What? What a strange way to get the win in that one. O'Reilly does it under somewhat questionable circumstances. He gets the win here tonight, but it was like Punk almost handed him that one. Oh, victory is not all that Kyle O'Reilly gets to see before SummerSlam. He gets to see the man he's going to face at SummerSlam as well. The man he has waited so long to get his hands on once more, and he is going to go face to face with him right now. Well, I fear there's going to be more than just face-to-face. Referee trying to stop it, but you are not going to stop these two men getting their hands on one another. You know what's going to happen. You know what is going to happen here. The referee is going to be powerless to stop this one. O'Reilly strikes first, and here we go, unloading away on one another. This is just a tiny preview of what's to come this Sunday. These two men are going to kill each other to try and become WWE champion. We're out of time. We'll see you at SummerSlam.